A South Korean soldier held a rocket launcher, ready to face off against a T-34 tank, but neither side dared to make the first move. Just then, the loud cry of a cow startled a sparrow sitting on a wall nearby. As the bird flew away, a helmet fell and hit a big iron pot with a loud bang. Startled by the noise, both sides fired at almost the exact same moment. The duel was over in an instant. The man with the rocket launcher was knocked out by the shot, and the T-34's barrel was bent by the explosion. The North Korean tank driver didn't notice the damage. Thinking he had one, he drove off. To celebrate, he pulled out a piece of chocolate and stuffed it into his mouth, melting it with effort. The next morning, after making sure it was safe outside, the tank driver got out to use the bathroom. As he turned around, he finally noticed something was wrong with the tank. It was the only tank left in his unit. In a panic, he pulled up his pants, climbed on top, and tried to straighten the bent barrel. No matter how hard he tried, the barrel stayed bent. Afraid of being punished, he decided to go back and capture the South Korean soldier. But on the way, he ran into a fellow soldier who was asking for help. He had no choice but to stop and assist. To his surprise, that fellow soldier turned out to be a disguised South Korean soldier. The North Korean tank driver was captured, and the tank, along with everything inside it, became a prize of war. The South Korean soldier picked up the chocolate and was about to eat it. The tank driver tried to stop him, but it was too late. He could only watch helplessly as the enemy enjoyed the same chocolate he had been licking the day before. Then the South Korean soldier forced the tank driver to drive the tank back to his base. At that moment, an American fighter jet flew overhead. The soldier climbed out of the hatch and signaled that he was an ally, but the pilot didn't believe him and launched an attack. A shell hit the tank, throwing him off. Inside the tank, the North Korean driver looked through the scope and realized that the same jet had earlier scattered his own unit. He grabbed the machine gun and fired at the sky, hitting the jet side with dozens of holes. The American pilot was forced to make an emergency landing, but the tank driver wasn't done yet. He charged at the jet in the tank, determined to destroy it completely. He kept hitting the damaged jet with the tank's barrel, trying to crush it. Meanwhile, the South Korean soldier followed close behind in an old, beat-up Lamborghini. He quickly caught up to the tank, jumped on top in one big leap, but the tank was moving too fast. Before he could say anything, he was thrown off. What he wanted to say was this: there was a broken bridge ahead, but it was already too late. The fighter jet, unable to brake, flew off the edge of the cliff. Luckily, the tank driver managed to brake just in time, stopping right at the edge and avoiding disaster. After surviving all that, the two soldiers finally decided to let go of their hatred and go their separate ways.